Here I am, speaking at my medical school graduation. As I reminisced about the journey my classmates and I had been on the previous 4 years, the audience laughed, they cried, they cheered. It was as memorable a speech as I've ever given. And what you see on the outside is a confident public speaker. What was going on in my mind around that time, though? That was a totally different story. It's just a matter of time before they find out. I feel like I'm a fraud. I don't belong here. I'm not nearly as good as these other brilliant doctors. I couldn't show it, but especially as we studied for our licensing exam after graduation, those thoughts kept creeping and coming back. I knew that if I wanted to have the impact on the world that I knew I could have, I had to face that imposter syndrome head on, and I'm gonna show you how I did it. Hello, High Achiever. I'm Dr. K, your emotional health mentor. Today we're talking about imposter syndrome. And if you don't know what that is, I made a video on 7 signs of imposter syndrome for the Mind Journal on their YouTube channel. So if you want to dive deeper into this topic, I'll link the video in the description below for you to watch after this video. Here are 5 strategies to beat imposter syndrome. Let's go. Number 1, separate facts from feelings. It is so easy for us to identify with our thoughts and feelings. We look at how we're feeling and we equate them with who we are. We feel we're not as good as others think we are, and we feel that we don't belong. However, if we rationally and objectively look at the facts, are we really as incompetent as we think we are? What if it was your best friend telling you that they feel like a fraud at work, but you're able to look at your friend's performance from a more objective standpoint than they are, and you know they're great at what they do? In that circumstance, you're separating facts from feelings. You can do that with yourself as well. Number 2, double down on the positive. Let's play a game. I'll flip a coin, and if it's heads, I'll give you $100. Sounds good, right? But if it's tails, you give me $100. Would you take that deal? Most people would not. But what about heads, I give you $100. Tails, you give me $75. Now, rationally speaking, that's a great bet. But most people still wouldn't take it because the prospect of losing $100 hurts more than gaining $75 feels good. It turns out that most people would play the game if it was heads, I pay you $100, tails, you pay me $50. This tells us that we prioritize avoiding pain about twice as much as we seek pleasure. What does that have to do with beating imposter syndrome? Well, for all those situations where our mind utters negative language and doubts ourselves, go look in the mirror and for every one self-limiting thought, tell yourself 2 truths. Separate facts from feelings. What are the facts? Tell yourself at least 2 of them for every 1 instance of doubt. If you're enjoying this video, I've got many more emotional health videos and meditations on this channel, so hit that subscribe button right now. Number 3, spend time with people who see you for who you truly are. If you struggle to separate facts from feelings, this strategy is key. Actually, it's key no matter what. Our environment shapes us more than any other factor. We are the average of the 5 people and ideas that we spend the most time with. So be ruthlessly selective with who you spend your time with. Craft your environment to give you the best chance of seeing yourself as you truly are. And surrounding yourself with people who see your greatness, it goes the longest way. Number 4, morning routine. Do you wake up in the morning, reach over to your nightstand, and look at your phone right away? Open your texts, emails, social media. What do you instantly feel as you start the day? Stress, the burden of things to do, what people want from you, whatever's going on in the world that you can't even control. And when we do that, we give away control of our entire day. We're letting the outside world dictate how we think, act, and feel from that point forward. So instead, leave your phone in another room at night. And when you wake up in the morning, live out your morning routine each day. Spend a few minutes outside with the sun on your face. Journal. meditate or pray, move your body, design a routine that inspires you, that allows you to simply live in joy. Then and only then, pick up your phone. If you do this day after day, I promise you'll be able to connect with yourself and really identify who you truly are. And if you're committed to building a morning routine starting tomorrow, let me know in the comments below. And now, here's the most powerful strategy of all. Number 5, visualization. Studies show that there's an overlap between the parts of our brain that experience memories and those that visualize and imagine the future. Think about that for a second. The process of experiencing memories and imagination are very similar. Yet memories drive so much of our behavior, including imposter syndrome and feeling like we're not enough because we've always never been enough. Why not use the same power of visualization to create a new way of being? First, design who you truly want to be. If you could wave a magic wand and become your ideal self, what would that look like? What would your thought patterns look like? What about your confidence? What would that look like? What would your habits and routines be? Who would you spend your time with? Fully flesh out this ideal version of yourself, and each morning during your morning routine, meditate and visualize walking through your day as your ideal self. See, imposter syndrome at its root is a disconnect with our true sense of self. Ultimately, that's what I had to do to build an unshakable sense of self to become the Dr. K that you know today. If we define who we are, if we know who we are, if we own who we are, then there can be no imposter syndrome. It's all about building your emotional health. Remember, stop chasing joy, begin living in wonder. I believe in your greatness.